Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is the fourth style that I'm doing in the series of Find Your Style. This one made me laugh because my partner keeps on saying they look like gum nuts to him. So yeah, this one you'll find at the end it looks a little bit different. But the whole point of this series is to find out that things don't have to look exactly like a flower to be floral, and to be able to use simple things like a line and a circle and a little bit of color and come up with something that, you know, is unique. I'm not using expensive paper. I'm actually using the cheapest paper that I've got. It came to me a number of years ago in a little set, and I've just left it there, haven't done anything with it. So the water and the pigment tends to pull in a different way than it would on quality paper. So you'll notice that sometimes when I'm trying to make it bleed, it doesn't quite bleed the way I'm wanting it to. So I've got to do a lot more moving the pigment around and the water around on the paper, as you wouldn't really have to do if you had better quality paper. When you do yours, you can put as many circles as you like, use any colors that you like. You know, the choice is yours. Just go for your life, have fun, and do what you enjoy doing. I like to make sure that I leave some white shining through from the paper, because it just adds an interesting texture. Sorry about that, but you don't have to. You can do it how you like and just have fun. When the painting is totally dry, it's time to pick up your pen and we'll start doing the details of these flowers. So you would have seen, and I would have explained in the previous videos, that I like to have my flowers leaning to the left and the right, and I like to have a little bit of crisscross when it comes to the stems. So what I'm doing right now is I'm placing the tops of my little flowers, let's just call them gum nuts since that's what my partner says they look like, and I'm putting them at the angle that I want. So when I put the angle more to the left of the circle, then I know that's going to be leaning to the left, and obviously the same for the right, and some of them will basically as they are just down the middle. I'm doing really rough circles here, just going round and round. I need it to be as imperfect as possible, and that's why I'm not making sure that you know, I'm being perfect and going exactly around. I'm also leaving spaces between the lines of the circle so that the pigment and the colors and that show through and help to give it another interesting visual appearance. I'm coloring in the my little circles at the top, but you don't have to. You can leave it open. You can pretty much do whatever you like to do, but I like it to be a little bit fuller, and that's why I make the outsides quite dense, but in the middle I put just a quick little squiggle, because I want to be able to see the color coming from behind. I'm using the same technique here as I did in the second video, where I'm going around the circles. In the video before, it was the little teardrop petals, but I'm going around it and making sure that it's completely imperfect and not exactly along the border. I'm wanting to leave a lot of the white space around it from the paper, and that also just helps to give it a different visual appearance. Now I'm doing the bottom of the flowers. It's called a receptacle. I went and found out, and this is the part of the flower that attaches the actual flower to the stem. When I'm doing these receptacles, I'm making sure that they're in the same direction as the top of each of the flowers. Keep going with this until you're done and you're happy with it. At this point, you can leave it as it is and just add the stems, or what I've done and what I like doing is just adding some lines, curving from the left and the right, and also a little bit more straight in the center of each one, as you can see I'm doing here. Leaving them blank is just as beautiful. So I mean, you can see on the ones that I haven't done so far, it's just as effective. Or you could do half with lines and leave half without. It's all really up to you whether you leave it blank or draw the lines. Remember that this is all about you and finding what you love and finding your style. At this point, I start adding the stems. If this is the first video that you've seen of this series, I will be doing the leaves a little bit later in its own series. Right now, all I'm doing is concentrating on mainly the flowers and just adding a little bit of stem work. But the foliage will be worked out later in another series, so the leaves will be added then. as always, I like to do my little crisscross of the stems. So being true to form, here I'm doing my little crisscrosses, and you know, that's just what I love doing, and that's why I always do it on any of my paintings, having those crisscross stems. And that's that for this 4th video in the series of Find Your Style. I hope you got some value out of watching this, and I hope you got some inspiration as well. If you haven't seen any of the other videos in this series, you might want to watch them. Stay safe, take care, and hope to see you in the next one.